this course Manufacturing Technology Second Unit First and Lecture 7. Material cutting operation is present for continue. Agenda for today present in this video cutting tools geometry and ASA system and orthogonal rack system for the orthogonal rack system ISO system for the normal rack system NRS normal rack system. Significance of the various tools, angles, rack angles, and back of the side. The side cutting its angle, side cutting its angle, and end cutting its angle, and the relief angle is side and end. The cutting tools geometry is present for in this case for the practical cutting tools for specification of the cutting tool geometry is a very important aspect for the in the manufacturing operations and considerations for this in easy is with the tool geometry can be mentioned through the grinding and the specification process for the the merchant circle of the process in the relation with the tools geometry is also present in this content one. The number of the tool geometry have been the specified for the different angle is the cutting force as find out the definition. ASA system, the American Standard Association, the design for the tool is nomenclature for nomenclature is the purely geometrical in the nature and is not related to the mechanics of the process. The American Standard and Association system specifies the tool geometry with the two intersecting of the orthogonal and to the other perpendicular to axis of the cutting tools is the American Standard Association system PB a base plane of the plane particular to the velocity of vector and the tools. The PL is the machine longitudinal plane for perpendicular to the PB is the uh, plane base taken for the direction of assume for the longitudinal feed. PT merchant transfers planes are the perpendicular to both of the mm, plane base plane and this is plane base and the plane the longitudinal plane is the taken for the direction assumed to the cross. This is the tool of geometry is present part that this is the sync of the tools is the this is axis of the tools of the this, this is point is the nose radius of the this is the rack face of the tools and this is the flag side flags of the and end of the flash this is point is the end of flash of the tools and the a typical single point is the cutting this is point is cutting tools this point is the cutting tools of the tool with the various features and either uh, nomenclature of the system. American standard for association of the system is the various tool angles for specified American standard of the system. The back rack angle is alpha b. The back rack angle, the inclination angle of the rack face, rack surface for the base plane is the PB and the measure on the machine transfer plane is PT. Side rack angle is alpha s. Angle is the inclination of the rack surface from the base plane is PB and the measure on the machine longitudinal plane is PL. The the end relief angle is phi e. Angle of inclination on the principal flag from the machined surface and measure from on the PT plane plane is the transfer planes. The side relief angle is phi s. The angle of inclination on the principle of flying from the machined surface on the measure from the longitudinal of plane is present. American Standard Association system is continue in cutting it of the angle. In cutting angle is the FCE. The angle between the end of cutting it for the projection of the PB plane. Base plane from the longitudinal plane is measured from the plane of transfer. The side cutting edge angle is CS angle between the principal cutting edge and the projection of the base plane, and the PT is the transfer plane and measure from the base of the plane. The tool is significance alpha b minus alpha s minus alpha e. Shear of the coefficient alpha is the shear plane of the inclination. CE is the edge cutting of angle, and CS is the side cutting edge angle. Where R is the nose radius of the tools. The orthogonal rack system is RS. This is the also is the standard for this assumption, as the explanation is for the problem with the American Standard Association system is that for utilize the rectangular coordinate system but not the actual cutting plane of the cutting tools is the orthogonal rack system is also for a system for called or the old Indian standard organization system for actual cutting plane is utilization, and all the angles for there is the measure in the plane is corresponding to the cutting tools as shown in the draw for. An orthogonal rectangle is the present for the plane of the truck. This is the system for the this is the longitudinal of plane. This plane is the longitudinal of planes, and this plane this is plane is the transfer of plane. This is transfer plane, and this is plane. This is plane. This is plane. This is planes is the base plane of the base of the tools is the set on the base plane of the tools. Okay, this is the workpiece, and this is the diameter of the workpiece. PB is this is the cutting tools of the CE is okay. This is the feed rate of the cutting is in the end of the shear of the plane is area of the section is the cross section is this cutting. This point is the cutting field. This is the alpha is the shear shear angle of the shear rack angle. It is the section for the section BB. Okay, the this is the shear angle of the point is this is the angle of the shear angle. Okay, this is the point for present for the shear angle. B is the beta, and this is the rack alpha beta is the section AA is present by. Orthogonal rack system or the base plane PB is perpendicular to the cutting velocity is cutting plane PC. The plane perpendicular to the base plane and take for long for the principal cutting is orthogonal plane PO plane perpendicular to both PB is the base plane and the PC is the cutting plane is axis. The drawback for this system is need to sum of calculation for the cutting of the velocity is the find out. This is the present. This is the tool is present. This is the base plane, and this is the plane is the cutting plane. OP is the cutting plane for the, and this is the base plane. Total is the base plane, and the orthogonal plane. This is the plane. This is the plane is the orthogonal plane is PC. Orthogonal plane is PC. The present. This is the this is for this is also for the present, for the this is the tool. Okay, this point, this is the cutting plane. This force is the cutting for the base plane, and the workpiece is also for move. This is the axis is movable for the, and this is the point is so far present in this point is, this is the point is the section AA. This is the section AA is present for the, is alpha is the T, and orthogonal plane is present. This section BB B2, this section B2B is also present for the value of the orthogonal plane, and the this alpha is the alpha naught is the angle of the plane. This is the sum of the property, sum of the nomenclature with the inclination angle, the angle between the mm, cutting plane from the direction of another for longitudinal feet pili is measured for the PC. Orthogonal rack angle is alpha naught. Angle is the inclination of the rack surface for base on plane, and PB is the measure for the orthogonal plane. The orthogonal clearance of the principal flank angle is phi e. Angle is inclination of the principal flank from the PC and measure for the P naught. Auxiliary orthogonal clearance angle is phi naught. Angle of the inclination for the auxiliary flank for the auxiliary cutting plane PC is measured from the auxiliary of orthogonal plane is P naught. The principal cutting edge angle is C. The angle between the PC and the direction of measure for longitudinal feed, and PL is the measure for the PB value. Auxiliary cutting plane C. The angle between the PC cutting plane and the longitudinal plane for measure from the base plane. Nose radius R is the present for the curvature of the tool's tip. The orthogonal rack angle of the rack system, the tool significance of phi alpha naught, phi naught, and the phi e, and the c and c naught are the rack radius of the equation for the conversion of between the American Standard Association and the orthogonal rack system is the present in this view. The alpha this 10 alpha b is sine formula for the sin cs 10 alpha sin cs plus 10 alpha plus cos cs for the 10 I. Okay, the 10 alpha psi is the shear angle, the cos cs 10 alpha. This is same values written, and minus sin cs and the time t type. The 10 I equal to minus 10 alpha cs minus for the sin cs plus 10 alpha b base plane for the alpha rectangle, and cos cs is the 10 alpha not equal to 10 alpha s shear angle and the cos cs for the 10 alpha b into sin cs. This is all the, thank you so much.